Strength comes in the struggle is one of our, I guess, mantras as a team. I think just in general, Stanford men's gymnastics is so competitive. You're always stressing about, am I going to be in that lineup? And that's a good stress to have. I personally love having that stress because it gets me going on days when my body's not feeling great or my mind's not feeling great, but I have that drive to make a lineup to help support my team in winning a championship, and that's every single day. Every single day is like training at a national team camp, but even better because everyone's pushing towards that goal of doing the hardest gymnastics in the world, but also winning an NCAA championship.
I think the most special thing about this program is everybody on this team has the same goal, and everybody is driven to take gymnastics to the highest level. The idea that everybody is following the same standard, no matter what track you're on. And we have a lot of national team members on this team, which is extremely helpful, extremely inspiring. We hold everybody to the same expectation because we know that the team is only as strong as its weakest link, and I think that recognition and that drive to pull everybody up is really helpful. The whole premise is to make the most difficult elements, the most difficult routines look easy, and when you're able to do that, it kind of glosses over and doesn't seem as hard or as difficult as it is. And I really personally just wish a lot of people understood the hard work and dedication that goes into it, not only with gymnastics, but being a Stanford student as well, and in a lot of cases as a first priority. There's a lot of things that come with that, time constraints, a lot of sacrifice that is not seen, grit to get through unforeseen challenges, injuries, COVID, illnesses.
As we defy gravity every single day and we do really cool stuff, but honestly the sport is 95% mental, and that comes with breaking yourself down and struggling, and that's not very clear the first year because you don't know, like, is this ever going to get better or am I ever going to improve? But strength really does come in the struggle, and if you never give up, you never know when your chance may be to be put on the stage, because injuries happen, pandemics happen, you never know what can happen. So as long as you work hard, put everything you have into what you do, then you will be successful and you will get a chance to go for that national championship. So from me to the underclassmen, never give up and make sure you know that strength comes in the struggle.
I think statistically, gymnastics is one of the most highly viewed sports at the Olympics, but that's not necessarily the case in the United States or in NCAA. Have had countless, injuries, both of us, people on the team. I've had 6 surgeries in the last 4 years, and it's really tough to get through and to make sure that you're healthy at the end of the day and to compete.
I just wish that people took time to talk to gymnasts more or watch the sport more so that they could understand how hard it really is and how much we try to make what we do look like art in motion. It means everything to me to be a Stanford athlete because growing up, both my parents went to Stanford, and every year growing up I had that in the back of my mind. So I always wanted to be here. I always wanted to be a part of this community. I worked really hard at my sport to get here, and the fact that I'm here just means everything. So being a Stanford athlete is just a true dream come true.
Having the opportunity to pursue excellence in all areas of your life, including school and athletics as well. I'm extremely grateful. Over the last few years, we've helped to build this dynasty that's, included national team members, world team members, world champions, Olympians, and that just goes to show that being part of this athletics program, there really is no limit to what you can do, and you're always able to keep pushing forward and reach excellence if you really try. Never take a day for granted. Future classes and the underclassmen recognize that these 4 years are really special and they go by really quick, and making sure that you make every day count is extremely important. Know that your role on the team matters, and everybody has a role to play. It doesn't matter if you're the guy that's doing all 6 events, if you're the specialist that's doing one, or if you're on the bench for whatever reason. I've been in all three scenarios, and I can tell you that you can make an impact and you can be a leader no matter where you stand, and you're part of a team, and being part of a team means giving the team all of yourself and putting others before yourself and making sure that you are coming in every day and working to the best of your ability for the team.
I grew up volunteering at Strands Global. It's an organization that aims to end human trafficking. I just fell in love with this organization growing up because I got to experience from a young age just how impactful it can be to just go the extra step and help out. So I really wanted my senior project to involve a nonprofit, and it ended up working out that I got to work with Strands. And yeah, I just used some of the skills I gained from my management science and engineering degree, where we worked in Tableau to create this dashboard to show Strands the progress they've made as a organization, because it wasn't clear to them at that time just how much they've impacted the world with what they've done, how much they've done to give to investors so that they could raise more funds and ultimately end human trafficking. So I'm very happy with how that project ended out, and very happy I did it as my senior project.
My senior capstone, I was in a group that working on a project sponsored by Volkswagen, and it is working on wheelchair accessibility to autonomous vehicles. Right now, there's not a lot of solutions for wheelchair access into a lot of these concept vehicles, and so Volkswagen has this initiative to help integrate wheelchair accessibility. And so our team helped to set up a prototype and work on this initiative and really bring in a lot of context into our engineering design. Ended up with a functional prototype that was able to be used as a test. So the process to the Olympic Games was an extremely long and tough process, not only after the Olympics getting delayed a year, which I think actually probably helped put me in a better position because I was pretty young, on the younger side of the guys competing for that spot, and I had an extra year to train. First USA Championships, I competed well there, and I got named to my first senior national team, and subsequently got to compete at Olympic trials. And then at Olympic trials, I also competed very well. I hit all of my routines throughout those 4 competitions, and I think even though I was kind of the new kid on the block, maybe a little younger, less experienced than some of the other guys, I think I showcased a lot of consistency, willingness, and ability to compete under pressure, and I think that really factored into the decision being named as an alternate, which I was extremely happy with, training in that environment and training in Japan as well. It really did mean the world to be able to represent in that way, and I'm extremely thankful. Next year, it's the Olympic year, so it's a big opportunity, a big time to try and rise to the occasion, and so I'm definitely going to be training 1 more year.
Really want to make the Olympics, so I will do everything I can to do that. I want to stay here at Stanford training. I don't know what that looks like yet. I've picked up an internship this summer, so I'll be staying busy, but ultimately my head will be down and I will be training for the Olympics. So catch us both grinding for that 2024 Olympic spot.
What's left for us to prove is, being a class of guys who not only could win 4 in a row, but also win 4 in a row in some of the toughest conditions, imaginable. Being able to continue the legacy that was set before us is something that I want to prove.
Being seniors, we kind of have this role on the team now to lead and share our experiences. So what's left for us to prove is that as leaders, we can help lead our team to a national championship. And because we've done it before, we've learned all the steps, but we have a team of guys who maybe haven't experienced that before.
The championship mindset that we had coming in, that same mindset can prevail through all adversities and all the way through changing times, changing teams, all the way up until this year.
Yeah, 4 years may have gone by, but we still have the same mindset that we got when we were introduced to this team, that we want to win, and we will do anything to lift that trophy at the end of the year with our brothers.